Wait a minute, I may be cooking. Hold on now. Yeah, what's up, y'all? It's your boy, Julius, man. I'm in my college dorm, bro. All right, why he trying to laugh? I'm gonna be telling a story today. This is the story of how your boy got kicked out of Universal Studios on my Disney trip. If you didn't see the last video, you gotta go ahead and watch that video. I kind of mentioned it a few times, but I never actually said anything because I felt like it would have been too long of a video. And I feel like it deserved its own separate video. This is the story of how I got kicked out of Universal. For my Disney trip, we went to Disney World and we went to Universal. We went there for, I think it was like 4 days. It was 2 days in Universal and 2 days in Disney. Okay?
That's a nice trip.
We're at Universal. There was a ride called the Popeye ride. If anyone knows, it's a water ride, right? So there's a big raft and it can fit like a good like 15 people. It's like a water ride. I hate water rides, bro. Me personally, I ain't gonna
You
lie.
hate water.
Why do you say that?
Can you swim?
Yeah, no, so it's a water ride. It's a water raft ride, right? It's me, it's like 15 other kids from my school, and there was like 15 other kids behind us. So we're all on this raft, and the raft goes. The ride starts, we're going left, right, you know what I'm saying? And basically the whole goal of the raft is just to get you wet, right? And so, super right, we go around the raft one time, okay? We go around and we get all the way to the end. All my friends are like, yo, let's go again, let's go again, let's go again. I didn't want to go again, but they wanted to go again so bad, so I was like, all right, why not, right? And so we go around this ride one more time, and by the time we're done with this ride, bro, we are soaked. Like, everyone is just head to toe. I had my shoes on. The thing is, in this ride, you can put your shoes like in the middle of the ride and put a tarp over it so it doesn't get wet. So I put my phone, I put my backpack, but I kept my shoes on. So by the time the ride was over, my shoes were soaked. This is where it gets crazy. The ride is over. We get all the way to the loading dock to where you get off the ride, and the ride stops. So I'm thinking to myself, it's time for me to get off the ride, right? I'm closest because it's a circle. The raft is a circle, and we're still like in the water. I'm closest to the loading dock. My back is to the loading dock. So everyone stands up. We're first in the raft. The other part of my school is behind us. We stand up, and I end up hopping off the raft. I hop on the landing dock. I kind of jump over. I see one of these, no diss to bro, but a big employee. Feel me? Walk. Okay, my fault. I see this employee, and he's walking towards me, I guess to let us off the ride. I'm standing there. My class is behind me, and I see the employee walking over. I start to realize in my head, oh, I kind of jumped off a little bit early. Okay. I was supposed to let the employee let us off the ride, open the little gate or whatever. But I just saw everyone stand up, so I was like, oh, it's time to get off. It wasn't like an out of your way thing, like I climbed over. No, like I just stepped over back onto the platform. And I'm supposed to wait for him to, tell us to get off. I walked past the guy. Just walked right past him. And I realized while I'm walking, I forgot my bag on the ride. I forgot my backpack, my phone, my wallet, my keys. They're still on the ride back in the little platform. So I turn around. I'm like maybe 6 steps away from the ride. I turn around, and the minute I turn around, I take one step, and the employee I passed is screaming at me, bro. Just straight like, you need to turn around, you need to go back. Just yelling at me to turn around and go back and get off the ride. I don't know why he's mad at me. I'm literally like,
what?
Yeah, no. Dude is like tripping, bro, right? Screaming at me. I'm over here like looking at him like, what the heck, right? So I'm still a little bit, I'm kind of walking towards him. And this guy is screaming at me. I tell him, I'm like, hey man, I forgot my backpack on the ride. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm turning around. Turn around, go back. You need to get off the ride. At this point, I take another step, and I kind of take a little bit of a right to go around him, right, while he's talking. And he does this thing with his arms where he puts his arms out like this, and he's not letting me get by.
I was playing mad defense right now.
This dude is playing Patrick Beverly, Marcus Smart level, Alex Caruso defense right now. I'm not dissing, bro, but he was a pretty big dude. A pretty big dude. Grown man, he got a beard. He made contact with me. He's doing this wall thing, he's kind of blocking my way. And I take one step to the right, and he blocks my way, and he kind of hits me with his arm right here because he's doing a little, Patrick ball defense on me, right? I didn't do nothing crazy. All I did was I kind of pushed his arm down. in a way of like, no, I gotta get my backpack. And I see one of my friends, and I'm like, yo, his name was Carson. I said, hey, Carson, bro, can you grab my backpack for me? You know, I'll be waiting outside. He said, sure. Cool, right? I turn around, and I walk out. I'm sitting outside the ride to where, like, you walk out of the ride, and there's those people, like, you know, waiting for you, right? And literally, bro, I kid you not, I'm sitting there with, it's me, it's my friend Henry, and another kid named Chase, and Mike. They all go to my school, so it's 4 of us. The other 3 were not on the ride at all. I'm sitting there waiting for my class to come back so I can get my backpack. And all of a sudden I see one of the employees walk out from the ride, and she looks at all of us, and she's like, hey, were you guys a part of that big school? Hey, you guys need to come with me. So I'm like, okay, something's going on. I know that they're looking for me, so I don't go anywhere. I stay seated. Michael, they're all confused, so they just stand up and follow her back to the rod. I had a shirt on. Took my shirt off. I had a black, tank top on. So I was like, all right, maybe I disguise myself a little bit. They don't recognize you, right? Maybe like 5 minutes go by. The same employee comes back. She looks at me, she points at me, and she hits me with one of these. She hits you with one of these, bruh. One of these little teacher, like, you in trouble, you go into the principal's office. And she says, you know what you did. I follow this lady back to the ride. We get all the way back to this part where there's like, you know how sometimes every ride has this place where you can keep your strollers at for like babies and stuff. It's like a big like open area. It's filled with my entire senior class. My whole senior class is in this big area where strollers are supposed to be. And I see the staff of Universal start showing up. I see security start showing up. I look behind me and I see my teachers walking next to me. So they call my teachers, they called security. Now I'm kind of wondering what the heck is going on here. This is much bigger than I thought it was gonna be. They're not letting my senior class go. And everyone kind of realizes that I'm the problem of what happened. They kind of know. And so when I tell you, like, there's videos and stuff, I might play a video, but I'm standing in front of everyone. My senior class is all like over here, they're all sitting down. I'm like standing up, with my teachers and stuff, with the security. And they're all like with their phones and they're like zooming in on me. I just know I'm being posted on everybody's Snap story.
You're getting clipped,
I'm getting clipped, bro. I'm like, what the heck is happening, right? I'm scared. My principal was there. I saw my teachers were there. Everyone was called. So boom. My teachers are talking to security. I see police show up. Police show up to the scene. The teachers are talking to security and police. I'm not talking to them at all. I'm really just kind of sitting back with my senior class, just kind of watching what's going on, okay? I see one of my teachers, her name is Dr. Hamilton, bless her heart, she's a great person, amazing. I see her talking to security, I see her get upset, and I see her walk away. I go to Dr. Hamilton, and I ask her, like, what's going on? Like, what are they telling you? She tells me that the man that I had a little scuffle with told security and police that he felt like I was a threat to his life.
Is this guy black?
This guy,
Or is he white?
he was kind of mixed. I ain't gonna lie. Mind you, I'm like 5'6", 130, 135. Dude is like at least 6'2". I'm starting to see this is why police is here, security's here. It's crazy. My next thought is, where the heck is this employee at? I'm looking around and I'm looking for this dude. And I later find out that they gave this guy the day off because of the trauma that he felt in my hands. They told him, they said, bruh, you had a hard day, you had a fight with this dude, you can have the day off. So I'm kind of pissed, I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of pissed off. Dude got a day off. So boom, right? I'm sitting down at this point, and I'm looking around at my senior class. They're all kind of mad at me at this point, I'm not gonna lie. Everyone is kind of like, TJ, what did you do? They kind of know I kind of have a history of getting into like my fair trouble at school. At this point, everyone kind of knows it's me. And they're kind of like wondering what's happening, right? I go to security. I was like, hey man, look, I was the problem. Everyone else wasn't a part of what happened. Can they go? Cause you know what I'm saying? It was really me, it wasn't them. He's like, yeah man, that's cool. If it wasn't them, they can go. You just have to stay around. I'm like, all right, bet. I was like, hey, my group. I was like, hey, all you guys, y'all can clear out. So boom, all my senior class, bro, they start following out. Boom, boom, boom. Everyone, hey, bro, they hit me with one of these right here. Hey, man, hey, best of luck to you.
Yeah.
Boom, I'll meet you. Hey, I'll see you in prison. I'll meet you in prison. You know what I'm saying? I'll visit
Yeah.
you. They tell me all this stupid
Y'all
stuff.
going to prison.
They tell me all this stuff, bro. So, boom, they filing out and stuff like that, you know, giving me, you know, their best regards and stuff like that. And, you know, a couple of my friends stayed back, you feel me? They, the homies and stuff. I ain't gonna lie, they were just there for the plot over here, post-milling story or whatever. And so,
I do that too, I'm not gonna lie.
okay. So boom, it's just me, it's my teachers, and it's my principal now, right? And two of my friends, but they were just kind of there. And so the head of security, pretty big dude, right? And he's gonna come and depart later, okay? So I'm sitting down, I got my teacher on my left, and my teacher, her name's, I'm not gonna say her name, all right? I'm not gonna say her name, but she's a great lady. I love her to death. She's cooking this dude. We're sitting down, and she's looking at this security guy, and she thinks that he's the guy. Baby, look, I know that this is all happened to you, you know, and it really breaks my heart. You know what they're saying for? Bro, it breaks my heart. But if you look at that dude right there, and I don't want to be ugly, but look, he never had sex in his day in his life.
Yo, you kind of strict?
By the way, this is a Christian school anyway. He ain't never had sex a day in his life, and he never will. He never will. I'm like, look, I was pissed, but I was kind of like, dang. So she's telling me this, you know, and it was pretty funny because the whole situation was very intense. But at this point, like, it kind of made me laugh a little bit. But she was telling me this, and she's dead serious. Like, when I tell you she has tears in her eyes, she's upset for me, you know, and yeah, she's roasting this guy. I'm not gonna lie, I feel bad for this dude because dude wasn't even a problem. He's just doing his job, but she was just cooking him. And so, anyways, so fast forward, right? I get a clipboard. The police comes. They come talk to me. They were talking to the security for a while, and they came to talk to me. They get my license. They get my social. They get my picture. They get my name, my address, my phone number. They get all that, and they tell me, "Hey, look, sir. I'm sorry. When I tell you the police wasn't even taking their job this serious, bro. The police even knew this is kind of stupid. They weren't even taking the situation serious. He's like, hey man, look bro, it was a black guy, he's cool. He's like, look bro, look, I understand that this situation kind of sucks, but here's the thing, you're on private property. Whatever they could want to do to you, they have the right to do. There's nothing I could have done. Even if it was unjust, there's nothing I could have done. Right, so boom, they book me. And they tell me, hey, you cannot come back to Universal Studios until next year. You are now trespassed for an entire year. Boom! I see security come in. They make me stand up.
Yeah.
Like, all right, you guys, you got to go. I stand up. I'm with two of my teachers. They just wanted to be with me. And boom, they marched me right off the property of Universal Studios. I'm off the property. And I get on the bus. I'm with Dr. Hamilton. You know, she was with me the whole time. And Mr. Minear, great guy. Boom, all the way back to the hotel of where my senior class was staying. And there was nothing I could have done about it. And that's how I got banned from Universal, man. Bro, when I tell you, bro, my teachers were so chill. They were all on my side of like, you know, I got back to the hotel and Dr. Hamilton and Mr. Minear, they were like calling Universal, trying to get me an appeal. Like they were so cool, bro. Bro, I didn't really care. I'm sorry. No. No. I'm gonna tell you why. I cared a little bit. I didn't want to get banned for life. I didn't want to be 45 years old with my kids. You know, when I got my 21 children, and I couldn't bring my kids to see Universal because their dad did something stupid at 18 years old. What I really cared about was my mom figuring out what happened. And I did not, by any means possible, want this to get back to my parents, bro. Because if this got back to my parents, I was cooked. I'm back at the hotel. I'm with Dr. Hamilton, great, my principal, and I'm with Mr. Minear. He's my biology teacher. Mr. Minear is on the phone trying to get me a pill. Dr. Hamilton, there's a Starbucks in this hotel, by the way. It was a fire hotel. Right. So I'm at Starbucks trying to get a cup of water. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a white girl. I'll be getting nothing from me. So boom.
You like matcha?
No. I'm at the Starbucks trying to get something to eat. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of hungry at this point. All this dilemma kind of got me, you know, kind of starving a little bit. You feel me? My hunger bar was going down in Minecraft. And I see Dr. Hamilton in the corner of my eye on the phone with somebody. I'm like, who the heck's you on the phone with? So I'm like, she's on the phone with somebody, you know, and I kind of see, you know, I got my cup of water. I think she wanted a cup of water too. So I'm over there walking, you know, just walking over there with a cup of water. And I put the water down in front of her. I sit next to her, and she's like, oh yeah, he's right here. Do you want to talk to him? I'm like, who the heck you talking about? This lady done got my mother on the phone. As soon as we walked in the hotel, they were just talking the whole time I was in the line. So boom, I get the phone. I get the phone, right? I don't know what Dr. Hamilton had been telling my mom, but I get the phone, and she's just like, my mom, she's like, hey, how are you doing? My mom? What do you mean, how am I doing, right? Usually my mom would be like, what is wrong with you? You know, why is it always you? Why do you keep getting yourself in this situation? You know what I'm saying? She'd be going off me, right?
Right.
And she'd be telling my dad immediately. But first thing she said, she was like, how are you? What the heck did Dr. Hamilton tell this lady? Right? What the heck? My mom never been this chill in my life. She's talking about this. She said, how are? She said, what was the race of this guy? she said, was this a black guy? What Mexican guy? White guy? Who was this guy? I'm like, mom, yeah, it was a white guy. I think he was mixed or something, you know. How tall was this guy? He was like 6'2", mom, you know. She's more worried about what the heck dude looked like than what I got myself into, right? So boom, I'm telling her, like, I'm like, yeah, mom, you know, whatever, this happened, and, you know, hey, it all happens for a reason, you know, the Lord has a plan. And boom, eventually she's like, all right, well, look, just be safe, hangs up the phone. I'm good, bro. I looked at Dr. Hamilton, I said, what did you say to her? Make her that chill, bro. Dr. Hamilton was like, hey, look, don't worry about it, I did my magic. I'm like, I love you. Bro, shout out to Dr. Hamilton, bro. She is the GOAT. Like, yo, I've never seen my mom that chill when I got in trouble before. She was so chill, bro. Literally, bro. I ended up getting more in trouble when I got back home because my dad. The thing was, I really wanted to record all of this on video for my YouTube video that I uploaded, you know, about a month ago. And I ended up recording some stuff, but I ran out of storage on my phone while I was recording content. As you can see, like, if you look at the other video, I'm like, you know, I'm on this guy's phone, I'm on this guy's phone. I'm literally like on so many people's phones recording because I ran out of storage. So I wasn't able to get the video of me walking with security. I put the camera up. I'm like, free me! Well, with security, and then my teachers are like, what are you doing? And I'm like, you're right. What am I doing? But yeah, man, that's the story. So your boy I cannot go back to Universal until next May. This is literally the day after graduation.
The day after graduation?
This is literally like 2 days after graduation too. Yeah, bro. But hey, I rode all the rides.